How do you see this Rams-Niners game unfolding? It feels like this is the season for the Niners, or at least they should approach it that way.
Man, I went against what I typically do on Locked On 49ers. Make sure y'all listen to Locked On 49ers, myself and
Check
Brad.
that out. Great show.
But I never pick against the 49ers. I think this is the first time in a long time that I actually have. And I still feel like, the 49ers are going to win this game. And I'm trying to figure out different ways, like, why would they lose? And for me, you look at the defense. It's extremely strong right now. And one of the things that the Rams do well, they can't run the ball. 49ers defend the run well. But right now, they're defending the pass even better. Now, maybe it's because, you played Jalen Hurts Justin Fields in a tsunami. Right. Week 2, you played Geno Smith, who was efficient, but he wasn't really trying to push the ball down the field at all. So he threw for less than 200 yards. And then Russell Wilson, he's kind of a shell of himself. Now, again, that's not the 49ers' issues. They did exactly what they're supposed to do, and they dominated those games through the air. All right. Mm-hmm. Can they dominate the Rams that same way? And we saw the Rams get dominated by Buffalo. Yep. And they're like, hey, we're not even going to blitz you. We're just going to sit back. We're going to play coverage. We're going to let our front four get to you because we think your offensive line is not good. Mm-hmm. And can the 49ers create that type of chaos? Now, even if they do, so far we've seen the 49ers limit teams offensively, but can you score? Right. And I think right now, I just have more confidence that the Rams will be able to figure it out a little more against the 49ers, where the 49ers are still trying to figure out, who are we?
Yeah.
How are we going to succeed? Jimmy Garoppolo, and again, for whatever he is or isn't or whatever, I feel like he'll come out of this little rut that he's in. But, he just got a playbook recently. He talks about not building that continuity with these guys. Can they figure that out this week? I feel like eventually they will, but can it happen this week? And I think that's the tough part. But I definitely see a scenario where the 49ers just dominate, the run game dominates, and the 49ers beat the hell out the Rams like they've done 6 out of the last 7 games. But I am worried a little bit about the offense. Really just, if I say, they're going to click this week, that's just me just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Yeah. It seems to me that the Niners are going to have much more urgency and emotion coming into this game because they're 1-2. And they lost in the NFC Championship game to the Rams. This is such a huge game for the 49ers. And it seems like the last, remember week 10 last year, the Niners season was on the brink. It was a Super Bowl for them last time. And they came out and just put it on the Rams in the first quarter. That was a first quarter knockout. The Niners could do that in this game. I think they're going to win the first quarter, and the question is, can they get up big? Because if they're up 10 by halftime, I think they'll win the game. But if they're not, and it's close, we keep seeing what the Niners do. The defense plays great for 3 quarters. The offense doesn't score enough points. The defense gets tired, and then someone commits a penalty or gives up a big play, and they lose by a little bit at the end. And they could do that again. I don't think either team's going to score more than 17 points. So I'm a little nervous. I don't really feel comfortable picking the Niners to win this game either.
I think because the 49ers and the Rams play so much, if the 49ers are going to have an explosive game offensively, it would be this one, right? Look at how often do the 49ers play the Bears? Not very much, right? Or whoever their coaches are. How often do the 49ers play the Broncos? Not much. Yeah. So maybe there's some familiarity with the Rams where like the Seahawks where you put up 27 points, it's all right, now we can have this kind of offensive explosiveness. Now, but again, that can go kind of both ways with the Rams and the 49ers, but I do think we will see more points than what we've seen. But again, that's me throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
But they're not going to win if Kyle calls the game like he called last week. Let's just go back. He called 19 runs and 29 passes in a game that they lost 11-10 where Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't playing well. I don't understand why he did that. And I went back to that one sequence at 4:10 in the fourth quarter where they had 3 timeouts and they were down 1 and he called 5 straight passes which led to a pick. He can't call like that. He can't call the game like that. Whenever they beat the Rams, they run the hell out of it. So this is a game where, to me, Jordan Mason has to be a factor. I know we keep talking about this undrafted guy like he's the key to the season, but I think he kind of is. You can't just hand the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. 12 times, Debo 5 times, and be like, that's our run game. You're going to lose. You got to run the ball 30-something times in this game to win the game. Because Jimmy's not even in football shape right now. You don't have Trent Williams. You're not going to win passing the ball a lot. That's the way I look at it. If they can get Jordan Mason involved, they absolutely can win this game 17-13. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we talk about the offense and play calling, but again, I went and watched all 22, and there were a couple of issues there. One, the offensive line has to do better. McGlinchey, and I know
right side, man. The right side.
You've had your criticism of McGlinchey and watching that game and how he got bullied and pushed over. and what it looked like, especially when Trent Williams went out, and the struggles that they had with the kid from the Dallas Cowboys, Randy Gregory. I mean, just letting him kind of destroy the game and the game plan. That kind of hurts you as an offensive play caller as well. And then, I don't even want to bring this play up, but when I start to question Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know if I question Jimmy or Kyle, because again, I don't know if Kyle's in Jimmy's helmet saying, hey, this the look that they're giving you, because you know that thing doesn't shut off until 15 seconds. Right? So
and Kyle has been known to micromanage, being like, this is the call, this is the coverage I anticipate, this is where you go.
Right. So if he's doing that, then I can't blame Jimmy.
Right.
But man, I saw a play, and I think everybody knows what play I'm talking about. And you got Brandon Ayuk lined up with a linebacker over him in the slot. Now, when you first line up and you look, it does look more like cover 4. So I don't think I would be anticipating John Lynch Jr., number 47 for the Broncos, running vertically with Brandon Ayuk. But I'd at the very least look and see, okay, that's just interesting. Okay. Yeah. Let me see what this safety does, right? Yeah. And one thing about playing football, and a lot of these guys, if there's guys in the chat that have played, they can attest to this. The more comfortable you are, the longer you play, the more the game slows down for you.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't even have to be the
there's
best
a matchup.
athlete.
Oh, there's a matchup.
You just look and you see, okay, in your head, because these things process extremely fast. When I'm playing out there in the cornerback and I have to identify something that happens, it's boom, boom, boom. And in my head, it goes really quick. But it's happening in slow motion as I'm seeing it, but it processes extremely fast. And when I'm looking at, okay, they're giving us a cover 4 look. I got a linebacker over Brandon Ayuk, who I know is running a vert. Let me peek at that safety, which you typically look down and eye the safeties first anyways. And as soon as you see that safety roll down, now is this cover 3? Or are they playing man with this John Lynch Jr. on Brandon Ayuk running vertical? And once you look at the corner and see, and again, these things happen fast. I look at the safety, he rolls down, look at the corner, he's flat-footed and squared, I'm letting it rip. And I would assume that that's something, when you see that type of matchup, that's the way you process it.
Especially if you're a 9-year vet. Sorry.
Right.
Jimmy, come on, dog. It's your 9th year. Yes.
I'm not a quarterback, though. So I can't, I don't want to make it seem like it's that simple. But as someone that, I coach, I train athletes, I see the game a certain way. I would assume like that's how you would process that. Unless Kyle Shanahan is saying, nope, you go over here no matter what. Then that's a Kyle issue.
Yeah, but dude, the ball's in your hands. You're a 31-year-old quarterback. They're going to get rid of you next year anyway. Do what you want to do. You said you want freedom, right? So throw where you want to throw. And the other thing is, part of the reason that the league has started to spread out on offense, as opposed to in the 80s when it was all very condensed, you get a great picture of the matchups pre-snap. It's spread out. You can see if there's a linebacker on Brandon Ayuk. You can see that pre-snap. That's something that Peyton Manning would look for. He would get to the line of scrimmage. He would be in 11 personnel way before a lot of people did that, and just look and see what he had. Slow down. You got 25 seconds to do it. And, Jimmy could do that too. He was Brady did stuff like that.
Okay, what does it look like? Okay, I'm identifying quarters, but let me eye this safety. Yeah. They've been rolling down. They've been playing some robber 1. They gave us this look early. Matter of fact, they gave you that look when he nearly threw that pick 6 to start the game, right, on the first third down in the game. It was the same exact look on this play I'm talking about with Ayuk, where it looks like too high, it looks like quarters, and then at the snap, you have a safety that rolls down and is playing robber, and they're playing 1 robber. Yep. And they gave you that same look later. I saw this earlier.
Was it third down?
At least that should register. Hey, I saw this look earlier, and they rolled into cover 1. Do they roll into cover 1 robber again? And then you look, the safety rolls down. Oh, you stupid asses. I got Brandon Ayuk one-on-one with the linebacker going vertical. But maybe it's not that simple. I don't know.
Hold on. Was that third down though?
I don't know if it was third down.
Okay.
I don't think so because he got sacked. Okay. Maybe it was. He got sacked though.
Jimmy needs to anticipate that cover 1 robber because the whole world knows he wants to throw the dig over the middle or the slant over the middle. People, when it's time to throw, they're going to call that. So Jimmy, throw it deep. It's wide. Not only will it be open, it'll be uncontested. You had multiple wide receivers streaking deep, unguarded because defenses know you won't even throw that. So it's open. It's open. Tough. Take a shot. It's true though, right?
And for all the things that Trey Lance needs to get more comfortable with this, he got picked on the wrong one robber, etc. But I know one thing: when he had that slot matchup, he identified that quick, and he let it rip. And we've seen it twice. One 75-yard touchdown to Danny Gray, where he looks, safety's flat foot. I got safety over Danny Gray running vert. Okay, I'm gonna act like I don't see it. Say hike, throw it right. Then he did it again against the Bears, where it's like, all right,
Juwan
lines
Jennings,
up.
yeah.
Do I got Juwan Jennings lined up against a safety, or he wasn't even safety, it was a nickel, but the nickel was kind of flat inside? Okay, I think I see what I got here.
Yep.
Now, that's what you're trading off, right? Some experience for some explosive plays when it comes to Trey Lance. But, guys, it hurts not having him out there because I could see where his development was going, and it was heading in the right direction. It sucks he's going to miss out on this year. I'm pretty pissed about that. And I hate bringing him up because ain't nothing we could do about it. But I expect Jimmy to see those things, especially if a young kid is seeing it.
And there's certain things that Jimmy does well. He throws a nice spiral. You could like certain parts of his game, but as a 31-year-old, 9-year vet, nothing about him screams experience. The dude walked out of the back of the end zone. There's nothing about his game that says polish or experience, but he does do certain things well, to his credit. But like, whoa, he's a 31-year-old rookie. He's 30. I'm not going to put that 1 year on him yet. So who you picking, man? You picking the Rams?
Yeah, I picked the Rams on Locked On 49ers, so I'm picked, and I hope I do like a reverse jinx or one of those things.
I understand.
I hope I do that, but I picked them to win 23-20. I hope I'm wrong. Fair. I pray I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong.
23-20. To me, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 13-10. I'm not really bullish on either one of these offenses. I feel like they got big problems, and I'm not sure that either one's going to solve them this week because they're both going against really good defenses. Which defense is better, man?
49ers.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
what is it, they just have less weaknesses?
No, I think it just comes down to, who do I believe in more, right? Yeah. Jimmy or Matthew Stafford?
That's a pretty.
And Stafford's not. I mean, he done thrown 5 interceptions in 3 games, so it ain't like he's lighting the world on fire.
It's true.
I just got to see the 49ers figure it out to where, okay, can you score some points? If the 49ers were coming off a game where even, let's say they lost to the Broncos, but they scored 23 points, I would easily pick the 49ers in this game. But you just got to show me you can score.
Yeah. Score some points without Mike McDaniel. There's all kind of things going on right now. Jimmy Garoppolo says he's not in game shape. Mike McDaniel's killing it down in Miami. Kyle, show that you can score some points. Be the genius we all think you are, I think.